What's new in iOS 16? Well, there are no doubt hundreds of tiny changes coming on iOS 16. Apple decided to focus on a handful of new updates in its WWDC 2022 debut. New lock screen. The standout feature for most iPhone users will no doubt be the new lock screen experience, arguably the biggest change in its history. Introducing new layouts, color schemes, and quick glance information that feels inspired by the Apple Watch. The big focus is on customization. You can not only adjust the layout of the lock screen with different fonts and color options available for the time and date, but you can add fun effects with a swipe. Those effects are auto-generated depending on your wallpaper to keep things tidy and on theme, though they can be edited if need be. You will also be able to embed widgets within the new lock screen, arranging the background and widgets around as needed. That's ideal for getting at a glance info like the weather, your current fitness levels, and upcoming calendar events, just like the Apple Watch. There's also a subtle depth when using portrait images taken on your iPhone, with the clock appearing in front, the subject of the shot. But which wallpaper should you use? Apple is providing a new wallpaper gallery with millions of combinations, as well as photo shuffle mode that will shuffle between images in your library throughout the day. There are also new interactive wallpapers like a live weather wallpaper with fluid animations available too. The best part, you can have as many as you like with specific lock screens for specific focuses. In fact, you can swipe between them to automatically enable the associated focus mode without going to the home screen. iOS updates are like clockwork, with a new iPhone focused update every year since the inception of the iPhone to help improve the experience on offer. And 2022's iOS 16 is no different. Revealed at WWDC 2022, iOS 16 looks to enhance the iPhone experience with new features including a customizable lock screen with live widgets, a refreshed notification system, new messages tweaks, and much more. It's due for release later this year, though not all iPhone owners will be able to get the upgrade. Here we round up all there is to know, both officially and unofficially, about iOS 16, including the top features and release date information. Apple revealed iOS 16 at WWDC 2022 on 6 June 2022, but that doesn't mean a release is expected anytime soon. The developer beta has been pushed out to devs, giving them time to update their iOS apps before general release later this year, and that will be followed by a public beta program in July for keen beta testers. The finalized version of iOS 16 will then appear in fall, likely appear alongside the iPhone 14 in September 2022. As with the case with just about every recent major iOS release. As with almost every iOS update ever, iOS 16 will be a free upgrade for supported iPhone users. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. What good is a fancy new lock screen if notifications constantly flood it? It looks like that won't be as much as an issue in iOS 16, with Apple announcing a new notification system that displays incoming notifications at the bottom of the lock screen menu for a less cluttered experience. There's also a new feature called Live Activities coming in iOS 16, with the aim of taming spammy real-time notifications from sports and delivery apps. Instead of a barrage of notifications when your order is collected, out for delivery and outside, developers can create neat, glimpsable experiences. There are also updates to the Messages app in iOS 16, bringing much requested features including the ability to edit messages just after they have been sent. Yep, Apple will let you edit your messages before Twitter lets you edit your tweets. There's also a new undo send option available for recently sent messages. great for last minute changes. There's also the option to mark threads as unread if you want to reply later without forgetting. SharePlay is also getting integration within the Messages app, allowing you to watch movies, listen to music, and more while chatting with friends via text. Live text was a big addition in iOS 15, adding the ability to interact with text within images saved on your iPhone. It allows you to directly make calls, copy and paste text, and more, with new additions in iOS 16 including the ability to convert currency and translate text. Apple looks to expand that functionality even further by bringing support to videos, allowing you to pause the video at any point and copy any text on screen. Ideal for coding, videos, and the like. You will also be able to better identify products in images saved in the iPhotos app. And for some explicit reason, drag and drop cutouts images to the Messages app. New map features. Apple Maps is also set to get some love in iOS 16, with more revamped cities coming to the service later this year, with additional information like lane layouts, local points of interest, and other helpful data to navigate big cities like London and Vegas. Apple's also bringing multi-step trips to the Maps experience, a feature that has been available on most rivals for years. With the ability to plan trips on a Mac beforehand and get Siri to add additional stops en route, there's also new data available in the transit directions mode, with the app providing rough travels costs for various forms of transport, though it's unclear where this will be available. Apple Pay Later is new feature coming to Apple Pay within iOS 16 that essentially does what it says on the tin, allows you to pay later for purchases made with Apple Pay. What's more, Apple will provide the ability to split payments with no interest and no fees, though the 6-week window is an interesting, and considering most people get paid on a monthly basis. Still, Apple says it will be available with any Apple Pay purchase, though it's unclear right now whether it's exclusive to the US or a worldwide feature. Apple Pay will also work with Tap to Pay in the US, allowing small merchants to take payments directly on iPhone without the need of any additional hardware. Announced ahead of WWDC 2022, iOS 16 will boost new features that bring additional ways for users with disabilities to navigate, connect, and get the most out of Apple products. It starts with door detection, a new feature that will help users locate a door when arriving at their destination using a combination of LiDAR, their iPhone's camera, and machine learning. The tech can not only understand how far a user is away from a door, but can provide key information like whether it's open or closed, how the door can be opened, and whether the door uses a knob or handle. It can also read signs and symbols around the door, such as door numbers.